Hi, this is Mr. Lu, hot from the oven from the news. We have right now condominium prices has fallen month on month. Although the fall is not a lot, it's only by about 0.2%, but it's still a fall, right? So it basically means that the cooling measures by the government has actually worked, and also there's an increase in supply. All this actually helped to stop the crazy rise in the property prices, and that's a good news, right? So reported on the news, condo resale prices has continued to soften in July, although the volume actually rose, but not by very much as well. So month on month it fell by 0.2%, but year on year it still rose by a phenomenal 7.4%. Okay, so which means that it's actually a huge rise, but a softening, and that's all we're looking at. So net we still have a huge rise in the property prices. But that's good news because it means that the property prices has more or less stabilized. And all these are probably a result of all the cooling measures and increase in supply that we have seen. Okay, so these are all for the whole overall market a good news. Now, when I say it's a good news, it means for the customers, for people who needs to buy a house, for people who wish to move from HDB to the condominium and things like that. However, on the other hand, on the property market landscape, real estate agents actually is in for a more difficult time, right? So in the news, what we have is that the real estate agency companies have now started to experience a fall in revenue, right? So this all repeated in the news that reported in the news that agents brace for lean times as commission take hit from slowing sales. I think Dragon Tan has also gave us this as a dipstick experience, but now actually we're seeing now in the reports. So the two largest real estate agency, Propnex and Apex Realty, has shrunk significantly in their revenue. So Propnex revenue shrunk by 22.9%. To $364 million, okay, and Apex Realty has fallen by 24% to $259 million. So this is a clear signal that trade volumes, transaction volumes have actually gone down quite significantly in Singapore real estate market in both HDB and private property. Now, all this is a good thing because it shows that the market has started cooling, and we gotta give credit to the government for that, right? Now, you could still say that, hey, it rose up a lot and went down by little only, right? What we don't want is a sustained increase, right? That would be actually quite madness. And a slight digression on since we're talking about real estate agent. Remember, we talked about real estate agent who has profited from the huge money laundering case, the $1 billion money laundering case. 105 properties have been transacted, benefiting a lot of real estate agents. Looks like I was wrong, a lot of the property agents will probably have to spit out the commission that they collected because they're probably not done proper due diligence in checking their customers. So in the news, they actually reported that the real estate agents will have to see their commission claw back. Okay, this is a probabilistic thing, not 100%, but it is very possible that we are looking at a lot of people who benefited from all this money laundering case going to return back all the benefits. Okay, so last is really who's going to get the $1 billion. So that's probably the most interesting news. I hope that Singapore will get the $1 billion, but I think probably China may contest it. Let's see what comes out of that. Okay. Last is, as much as we are talking about property price cooling and things like that, a new record-breaking deal, right? A 5-room flat in Pinnacle, okay, in Duxton Pinnacle, is now transacted at $1.48 million. Right? That's a phenomenal price for a 5-room flat. Of course, in property, it's all about location. Okay, so the location of the 5-room flat is of course in the heart of CBD, and of course that's a phenomenal That's a phenomenal price, but it's in exchange for the location. I can understand why people will pay the kind of price to some extent, right? But really, right now, okay, the presidential election, Tan Kim Lian is taking advantage of it and say that he will that people are suffering because of high property prices, HDB prices, and he will want to give government that feedback and work with the government to tell them that the people needs a lower property prices and things like that. So you can see that this is at the heart of it a very emotional and real issue that's faced. So I think the government knows, that's why so much things has been done. Although in my opinion, they probably not done enough, but I think they're also worried of doing too much and crashing the entire property market, which then has spilled over to the entire economy, as what we have seen in many markets. Okay? So I can understand where they're coming from, although I don't quite agree. I think more should have been done earlier and harder, right? So that's why a lot of youngsters are feeling that there's no hope in Singapore because the property price is just too high. And we're allowing Tan Kim Lian to take advantage of that as well, right? No, we're not talking about politics today. We're talking about property today, and today at least I'm not saying that what Tan Kim Lian says is wrong. Okay, I think it's a factual thing that our property prices is just simply too high and needs a correction to make the people feel better. I mean, take a look at it right now, right? Resale flats on average right now, even in now I think a non-prime estate or non-plus estate, we are looking at $600,000-700,000 for a large flat and things like that near a city center. I mean, near amenities and HDB heartlands and maybe transport MRT station. They easily cost $500,000-700,000, right? That sounds ridiculous because I don't think salaries have gone up that much. So this is an issue that the government really have to deal with, and it's completely within the government control to deal with this, right? So I think that a lot can be done in this area, but these are good signs, right? So we have got property sales volume falling, okay, to most of people. I think this is good news. We have got an overheated condominium prices, condominium market and softening and the prices coming down by a little bit. And the only bad thing is that real estate agents get to take a hit, right? Although I was thinking in earlier years they make a lot already lah. So this also tells everybody from a financial point of view, right? Today, if you make a lot of money, don't assume that you'll continue to make a lot of money, right? Put the money into good use, put it for investment, save it up, and put it to let it multiply. If not, one day, the tide, although it rose in early years, may suddenly go down, and then you'll leave yourself naked, So it's very important for us to realize that not every day is a good day. So I think these are quite important news from property market, and let's continue to observe and see what's coming. And I would just foresee this, okay? If the property market do not stop falling, I think the sales transaction will continue to go down. Okay, a lot of people buy property in the view that it is a investment that will never lose money, and the minute they realize that is no longer going up, then what for I want to buy it, right? So what the experience that we have is in 1997 Asia financial crisis. Before that, before the Asia financial crisis, the queue was phenomenally long, right? I think 100,000 people in the queue, and suddenly when the Asia financial financial crisis came, the entire queue just vaporized. Okay, so these are very real issue. So I think the market will continue to soften. It probably will not crash, but I think it will continue to soften, and this is what we badly need for our country. Okay, so let me know your view, and let's look forward to see whether let's look forward to a more softening of the market, and see whether it will continue to sustain in a gradual fall over time. Okay, Thank you, and remember hit subscribe and like. Thank you for following, and I'll see you tomorrow.